We're here. We're here. Yes. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Testing. Yes. Okay. Just making sure that worked. Just making sure that worked. Okay. Welcome, everybody. I know some of you were maybe hoping that today I would just post the video with the Tom picture and all of that. I'm saving that video for next week. I do have the picture with me. But I'm just waiting to make that video next week. Because I just need a little more time in the but I really want to get into the playoff picture also. So 2 more weeks of NFL football. Man, oh man, this is gonna be exciting. Who are the Vikings gonna face in playoffs? Will it be the 2 seed, 3 seed? Maybe even 1 seed now. Because I don't know. But what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Adam? I'm watching the college football pinstripe bowl between Syracuse and Minnesota. I know that's going on right now. That is going on right now. So I'll give you updates on that. But before we do start today, I do want to take a moment to recognize the great GOAT Pele. Pele was the greatest soccer player to ever play, regardless of what people think now. He revolutionized the game of soccer or football. So, very sad that he died today. So, yeah. So let's get right into. So now we're going to get into the this predictions. So the Vikings in a very interesting position. Can still get the 1 seed, but just don't want to drop down to a 3 seed in case we play the Niners in the second round. So a lot of things that can happen. First, I'm going to run down through I think is going to happen at the end of these 2 weeks, and then we're going to go through other playoff scenarios. That's how I'm going to do this, and then we'll get into the fantasy football stuff afterward. So to begin with, Dallas and Tennessee, easy one. Dallas. Cardinals and Falcons does not matter for playoffs. In my predictions, I picked the Cardinals. Bears and Lions. Lions need it more. Lions, Jaguars, Texans. Jaguars need it more. Jaguars win. Chiefs over Broncos. That's an easy one. Dolphins, Patriots, though, is going to be a very interesting one, in my opinion, now, with Tua out. And, even though Dolphins have had the Patriots number, it is in Gillette Stadium without Tua. And how the Dolphins been looking these past 4 weeks, I cannot trust the Miami Dolphins, and I'm going to go with the New England Patriots. Colts and Giants, going to choose the Giants. Cannot trust the Colts at all. Probably one of the worst teams in the NFL. Saints and Eagles, need the Eagles to lose for the Vikings to have any shot being the number 1 seed. I do not think that will happen. Yes, the Saints are fighting for a playoff spot of their own, but I do not think it's going to happen for the New Orleans Saints. I think the Philadelphia Eagles will win that game. Next, we move on to the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a very interesting game. I did pick the Carolina Panthers to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, just because the Panthers are on a roll right now. Momentum is a big thing in the NFL. Buccaneers, yes, I know it's hard to see Tom Brady now in the playoffs, but I got to go with the Carolina Panthers. Do you think the Jaguars are real and can have a winning record next season? I think they can have a winning record this season. They can have a winning record this season, like an above 500 record this season. So, Browns, Washington, very different. I mean, I cannot. It's going to be a very close game, but Browns just so terrible. They lost to the Saints. Washington I can at least put up a fight, and I can never root for Deshaun Watson. Also, got to choose the Washington Commanders here. Niners and the Raiders, easy Niners, hands down. Jets and the Seahawks, a very interesting matchup. Both 7-8 have similar, very similar in a lot of ways. But the Jets defense is better, but it's in Seattle. Mike White is coming back. It's a very tough game. And I did say this was going to be a very close game. Because it is in Seattle, and I don't know. Just something about it. Yeah, Mike White's just coming off a concussion. I don't know how he's going to be looking in a very hostile environment. I am going to choose the Seattle Seahawks to win. You better have the Ravens to win the North. We'll see. I have the Seahawks beating the New York Jets. Vikings, Packers. I mean, Packers can definitely beat the Vikings. But, I cannot go against my Minnesota Vikings, of course. They should be favored to win, even though they're not favored. Vikings over Packers. Rams and Chargers. Rams not really fighting for are not fighting for anything. Maybe Baker just showing maybe he can be the starter next season. Chargers, they clinched a playoff spot. They can't win the division. Maybe they want to get the 5th seed to play the AFC South winner. So I'm going to go with the Chargers to win. Steelers and Ravens. Lamar, no Lamar. Going to be a big difference. If Lamar's playing, obviously Ravens win. If Lamar's not playing, it's going to be more of an even game. Steelers can get the victory, but even then, even if he's not playing, it is at home. Yes, it is a divisional game. It can get a little scrappy, but I have the Ravens beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. I see the Jets beating the Seattle 27-23. It can definitely happen. I don't know. There's just something about about a very hostile environment of Seattle that is. If it was in New Jersey, I would be picking the Jets. But I need a little bit more from. I don't normally the Vikings and Packers split with each other. They normally do. But I cannot predict the Packers to beat the Vikings. It's just something I can't do. So I think I'm just gonna choose. I'm choosing the Vikings to win, and I think they're fighting to keep that number 2 seed. They are fighting, and the Packers are fighting for a playoff spot. I just think the Vikings, even though yes, they're flawed in a lot of ways, I feel like they are still a better team than the Packers. The Packers have not convincingly. Yes, they beat the Dolphins. I'd concussed to a Dolphins team that was already descending. So I need to see them play someone that I consider good, and up and on the rise. I don't know. And then we have the Bills and the Bengals. I'm actually choosing the Bengals to win. I am choosing the Cincinnati Bengals to win against the Bills. Again, yes, the Cincinnati factor does play a factor in it, but I just feel like I don't know, the Bengals are just one of those teams. They almost gave it up to New England, but against quality football teams, they can play to the level of their opponent. Yeah, brah, yeah, Bengals. Kitty goes meow. I'm choosing the Kitty goes meow to beat the Buffalo Bills. So in this playoff scenario, after Week 17, Kansas City 1, Cincinnati 2, Buffalo 3, Jacksonville 4, Baltimore 5, Chargers 6, New England 7. And then the NFC, we have Philadelphia, 1, Minnesota 2, San Francisco 3, Carolina 4, Dallas 5, New York Giants 6, and Washington 7. We move on to week 18. Going to be a very important week. Also, got the Buccaneers and the Falcons. Buccaneers still playing for something because they're hoping that the Panthers lose to the Saints. Buccaneers win. Patriots and Bills, obviously the Buffalo Bills. Vikings, Bears, Vikings, because the Bears want that number 1 pick. Oof. I did see how bad, but they still, at the end of the day, they find a way to win. And they beaten the Chiefs. They beaten, like, they put the thing on against the Buccaneers, you know. And I mean, they had some other good games. They beat the Dolphins earlier in the season, when they were actually good, and they beat the Panthers. Well, November, they were starting to get a little bit, but yeah, but it's just like, and they put 37 points up on the Steelers and won. So pick the Ravens. Don't you dare. Ravens and the Bengals. The winner wins the AFC North. If the Ravens win, boom. If the Bengals win, boom. If it's a tie, well, then they'll go below the Bills. So currently have tie. The winner of the Ravens at Bengals game. You make a days of our Ravens. I just, last time it was 19-17, and the Ravens beat the Bengals. This is tough because it can go either way, in my opinion. It was in Baltimore. I just gotta ride with at the end of the day, I gotta ride with the hot hand. I'm gonna go the Cincinnati Bengals beat the Baltimore Ravens. And then Lions Packers. Don't no. Oh, I just need the watch time. But guys, we're at about 3,200 watch hours. We're almost there. My hand is here, very hot. So Lions, Packers. I got the Lions to win because in my scenario, the Packers would be out after week 17. So I got the Lions beating the Packers in Lambeau Field because Green Bay will be out by then. So Lions over Packers. Texans at the Colts. An important game for the Chicago Bears because Texans win, Bears get the first pick. Texans lose, Texans get the first pick. And actually, I do have the Texans winning, and the Bears will have the number 1 pick in the 2023 NFL Draft. So, Texans over Colts. Now, we get to Tennessee, Jacksonville. Titans trying to rest everyone up for the Jacksonville game, but you can't. You can't stop. Lawrence Mania. I know it's not Minshew anymore, but Lions normally split the normally, but this is not a normal season. This is not a normal season. This is the season of chaos. And I'm picking Jacksonville to beat Tennessee here. Next, Jets, Dolphins. Interesting game. Will Tua be back to play in week 18? Will he not? Going to be a big factor into this. Jets have a very good defense. Yes, I had them losing to Seattle last time on the road. Miami, it is a divisional game. Things get wacky. It's a very interesting game. Do I pick the Dolphins? Do I pick the Jets? I don't know. My gut. Because I think one of these teams, Miami, think Miami going to lose? You know, Bacon Man? I think you're right. I think Miami's going to lose. And oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! New England now has the 7th seed. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. New England 7th seed. Oh gosh, Bill Belichick. The evil empire has the 7th seed. Well, we move on to Panthers, Saints. Wait, pick Miami. No. Too late. I'm picking the Jets. Suck. Because I think they should sit Tua for the rest of the year because he's just been concussed too much. They probably will keep him in concussion protocol. So Dolphins lose to the Jets. New England 7th seed as of right now. Panthers, Saints. The Saints could, I don't know. If the Panthers win, they win the division. The Saints at home could stop the Panthers in their tracks. Last time the Panthers played the Saints was in Carolina. And who won that game? The Panthers won 22-14. So I'm not trying to slander on Teddy B. Teddy B is a decent quarterback. It's just that the Jets defense, oof. The Patriots defense, oof. Like the Dolphins have to play some good defenses. And I just, if it was like a decent defense, I think Teddy could do it. But good defenses in the Patriots and Jets, I just can't see it. Panthers, Saints, though, you know what? Brady, goodbye. Carolina beats the New Orleans Saints to move on in the playoffs. To move on to the playoffs. I got Carolina winning against New Orleans. So will Dallas cover? It's negative. Oof. They might. Giants and the Eagles. Gonna be a very interesting game just because in my scenario, the Giants are stuck in the 6th seed, so they have nothing to play for. The Eagles are stuck in the 1 seed, have nothing to play for. So really, it's their backups basically if they rest both people. Backup for the Giants, backup for the Eagles. Because, even if they both tie at 9-7-1, Giants have the advantage over Washington. So I'm gonna go, since we back up with both teams, I'm gonna go with the Eagles beating the Giants. Browns at the Steelers. I did not have the Steelers winning last week, so regardless, it doesn't matter. But I'm just gonna pick the Steelers home team. Yeah, the Panthers of all teams going to get a home playoff game. Yep. Yeah, and Minshew Mania. Dallas and Washington. Dallas is going to be stuck in that 5 seed. Do I trust Carson Wentz to, or maybe it's going to be Taylor Heineke. I don't know after this week. Well, if the Washington wins this week, then it will be Carson Wentz. But do I trust Carson Wentz to get Washington into the playoffs against Dallas's most likely backups? No. I just can't. I can't trust it. Like, yes, Washington's at home. Dallas probably going to be sitting some people. But I can't. I don't know. Well, Cowboys, last time they played Washington was in Dallas. They beat them by a good chunk. So I'm going to go Dallas over Washington. And there we go. Detroit right now playing Minnesota. I got Detroit. So currently have Detroit playing Minnesota. Chargers and the Broncos. Chargers, I got in the Broncos. If the Chargers win, they will get the 5th seed. I think Chargers will want to avoid playing Buffalo. So I think Chargers beat the Broncos, and then they won't. I mean, they'll do some sitting, but I think the Chargers beat the Broncos and get that 5th seed. So Chiefs, Raiders. Chiefs still going to be fighting for that number 1 seed, because if they were to lose to the Raiders, Kitty Goes Meow gets the 1st seed. But I don't think that's going to happen, and the Chiefs win against the Raiders. Cardinals, Niners. Niners will be hoping that the Vikings lose a game. They'll still be competing for the 2 seed. But the Niners will beat the Arizona Cardinals. And finally, yeah, Jaguars can beat the Chargers, definitely, 100%. And finally, we got the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle at home against Baker Mayfield and the Rams. Very tough defense in the Rams. We'll see how Baker is. Had a good game. Had one good game against the Broncos. I mean, he did also beat the Raiders, but the Raiders didn't really do much either. I will be choosing the Seattle Seahawks to win. And oh my gosh, the Seahawks have taken the Lions spot, and I have the Minnesota Vikings facing the Seattle Seahawks in the first round of the playoffs. So this is how I see it, everybody. So in the first round of the playoffs, so first off, Chiefs and Eagles will have the number 1 seed. In the wild card games in the AFC, I have the Bengals the Patriots at the Bengals, the Ravens at the Bills, the Chargers at the Jaguars, the Seahawks at the Vikings, the Giants at the Niners, and the Cowboys against the Carolina Panthers. These are my NFL playoff prediction. Well, NFL predictions for who will make the playoffs. This would make a very interesting but if we play the Bills, we're screwed. Exactly. And Lamar really, regardless, I think the Ravens are going to be 1 and done anyway. You play the Chiefs, you lose. You play the Bengals, you lose. You play the Bills, you lose. I think the Ravens would even lose to the Jaguars. So, yeah, that's how I see it. This is how I see the playoff picture going out. We're going to have 2 8-9 teams in New England and Carolina making the playoffs in my scenario. So that should be very, very fun to see. The best you're trying to make me. This is just how I see it. This is just how I see it. In terms of good matchups on Wild Card Weekend, there really aren't really many good Wild Card matchups. Dallas should destroy Carolina. The Niners should destroy the Giants. The Bengals should, they should at home because they're not in New England. They should destroy the Patriots. Bills should do the number on on the Ravens. The only two games I really see good in wild card are the Chargers and the Jaguars, because the Jaguars are on the rise. Chargers are like, they're there. They can do some stuff. And then Seattle and Minnesota, because you're right, and you think that like, no, I will make my once. Do the craziest of the NFL, this scenario likely won't happen. Well, I mean, who knows? Who knows? And Seattle, Minnesota, I think should be the best game of my wild card weekend. So that's how I just see this playing out. Minnesota, Seattle will be the best game, and then Chargers, Jacksonville will probably be the second best game. All these other games will be trash. And then in my scenario, I mean, yeah, I think Minnesota, it would be a lot since all the home, I think you could possibly see either a Chargers, Chiefs divisional round game, or Jacksonville Kansas City divisional round game, but Buffalo, Cincinnati would be a great divisional round game. So, but I think Chargers Chiefs would be better than Jacksonville, even though I think Jacksonville has could have a better shot at beating the Chargers, but yeah, and then NFC, Vikings, Niners. Seahawks could make it a close game, but I think the Vikings would host the Niners, and Dallas would go to Philly. So, yeah. The sad part, the reason I want the Ravens to get the North World Series, because early in the season I got wild card tickets to the Ravens stand because it was cheap at the time, and I thought we secured it. This was day before the Jacksonville game. Ooh. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe the Ravens, you can beat the Bengals. You beat the Bengals earlier this season. You just got to do it in their house this time. So really, it really doesn't matter what happens this week as long as you beat the Bengals in week 18. Week 18 will determine whether you win the North or not. So, and then other scenarios. So we'll go over the other scenarios right now. So this is, screenshot it. Boom. This is Adam's predictions. We'll go over some other scenarios. So let's just say, for example, as I said, we already went over the Philly scenario, but let's say Minnesota, drops to Green Bay, which they're not. Which they might, but you never know. Then you would have Seattle at San Francisco. That would be a good matchup. Giants of the Vikings, a rematch. That would be cool. Also, for example, if Tampa Bay beats, Carolina, or Carolina loses to New Orleans, you get Tampa Bay. So that's a scenario. You could have the Seahawks losing to the Jets. And then, boom. Not only would you have Detroit at Minnesota, you have the Jets at the Bengals. And let's even make this crazier. If the Bills beat the Bengals, you get the Jets at the Chiefs instead of the Jets at the Bengals. So, hey, you never know. But let's say, Seattle and all that, but just go Bills and Bengals. You got the Patriots at the Chiefs, a rematch of that one playoff game, Dee Ford offsides. So a lot of things that could happen in regards to that. And then, of course, if the Ravens beat the Bengals, the Ravens, this is just changing the Ravens being the Bengals in my scenario. The Ravens would be hosting the Chargers. So that would be a good. Now that's one I think the Ravens could win. For you, Bakerman, I know you love that much better. The Ravens, if the Ravens beat the Bengals, then there you go, Ravens and Chargers. But let's say that happens, and also the Bengals lose the Bills. Boom, you got Bengals, Ravens. So who knows? what's going to happen in the playoff picture. So, and of course, Green Bay could always. Let's go back to how Green Bay can make the playoffs. So Minnesota loses to Green Bay. They beat them, and then the Giants would have to lose to the Colts, and I don't think that's going to happen. But then you get Minnesota, Seattle at San Francisco, and Green Bay at Minnesota. That's some way that can happen. Or San Francisco drops a game, but I do not think that will happen. Where's my other scenario? Yeah, Detroit. Yeah. So, and let's turn that back. And of course, we got the craziest scenario in the Eagles losing to the Saints and losing to the Giants. And then you get a whole shifting fiasco where the Eagles become the 5th seed and play at Carolina. Giants will go at the Dallas Cowboys, and Seahawks at the Niners. You'd rather play the Chargers than the Bengals. Yeah, I would assume that. So that's something else to be just watching out for just in the rare case. So I like playing around with this. Let's say, okay, how about Steelers go to Super Bowl? Okay, so for the Steelers to make the playoffs, they need to beat the Ravens. Boom, and that's it. They just need to win out, and then some other stuff needs to happen. Of course, Dolphins lose out, right? Yeah. And then the other stuff, like all I did was change Steelers to beat Ravens, and then you get that. And then Steelers would play at the Bengals in my scenario. So that's how the Steelers go to Super Bowl. As Tree would like to say it. So, and of course, Vikings can always play Washington. If Dallas decides to rest their starters, Washington wins. Washington would play at Minnesota. That would be my ideal partner. My ideal partner. My ideal opponent. What are their opponents? Can we fake? We already did Green Bay, Lions. Yeah. So, I mean, there is a scenario where, for example, let's say the Titans. Okay, let's change one thing then. Let's say the Titans beat the Jaguars in the finale. Boom! You get the Jaguars as a wild card team. In my scenario, if you change my final prediction, if you have my final predictions but just change Jacksonville, Jack changed that Titans Jacksonville game, you get the Jaguars as a wild card team. So we have two from the two AFC South teams. Let's go even crazier than that. So let's keep the Titans beating the Jaguars, and let's go to the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are currently 8-9 my scenario. So let's say Seattle drops a game. Let's say Green Bay loses. And let's say Washington loses to the Browns. Tampa Bay can make a 7th seed. Or we can get even crazier than that. Let's get crazier than that, everybody. Let's say, what did I have currently? So Green, okay, I had that. Seattle. Okay. Let's say New Orleans wins out. And then Seattle loses. And Detroit loses. Or Seattle doesn't lose to the Rams. They lose to the Jets. Would that still help? No, Seattle needs to lose to the Rams, okay? Because NFC. So New Orleans could be the number 7 seed, and New Orleans at Minnesota, wild card game. And yes, New Orleans can make the win the NFC South if they win out, and the Buccaneers, yeah, and then the Seattle still plays Minnesota, but New Orleans would be the 4th seed. So yeah, but we'll switch it all back. Carolina, Tampa Bay, and Minnesota, Detroit, and Seattle. Good. And Jacksonville beats the Titans. So these are my NFL playoff predictions. Okay, just making sure. Okay. So those are the playoff scenarios for a lot of different playoff scenarios. Bills, Bengals, Chiefs can all get the number 1 seed. So in the NFC, only the Vikings, the Niners. Yeah, let's go over the Niners scenario again. So as the same thing applies, New Orleans, they would have to lose out, and the Niners would win out, plus the Vikings lose. Niners number 1 seed. But we know that's not going to happen because, so yeah. I think I covered basically it all. So yeah, those are my playoff predictions. Who's going to make the playoffs and the seeding, all that. So now we move on to the second part of this video, and which is my fantasy football final. I am playing for the belt that you saw on your thumbnail. It is going to be a very, very fun matchup. We'll get to that right about. Let me pull it up. Just refreshing real quick to get the updated points right now. Okay, so Pollard will be out, which means my Elliott will. So let's go to the playoffs. Welcome everybody to the Grossi Mod Fantasy Football Super Bowl between me and Rebecca. Welcome. Currently, yes, I am the devil. Pittman, Hodgin, Haskin, or Hubbard. I'm thinking. That's a good question. Pittman, Hodgins. I say from the Bills. Not from the Giants. The Giants. Hodgins had a good game against the Vikings. Of course, it's the Vikings team. And they're playing the Colts. Okay. He's got a touchdown nearly every game. He got 8 catches, 89 yards, and touched it very good. He's been doing good as of late. Pittman is the Colts' number 1 wide receiver. Pittman is like all over the place sometimes. Cowboys, good defense. Oh, let's see. Steelers had a decent, good game against the Steelers. Interesting. Oh boy, this is a tough question. I do not think you go Haskin. I just do not. I mean, they're gonna run. Yeah, they're gonna run the ball a lot, but I don't know. And the Panthers is their running back is Foreman. It's Foreman. It's their starter, right? Foreman. Yeah. So, and they're playing the Buccaneers. I don't like that. It's either Pittman or Hodgins. So, I know the Colts are going to have to pass the ball a lot against the Giants. Giants have a good defense. Colts. The Giants, or the Colts play the Giant. The Colts play the Giants. I almost want to go with Hodgins. I'm thinking Hodgins. I don't like to be held accountable, but my gut is saying Hodgins. I just don't know. The Giants defense is good, and besides, I'm starting the Giants defense this week against the Colts, and I just don't. I trust Daniel Jones more than whoever is going to be starting for the Colts. So I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if Foles is going to have a bounce back game. I mean, he probably do better, but I don't know. So fantasy. So the Colts D. Something. Does the dead team last? Does the team have to do a dare or something? Not that I know of. Or maybe they do. I forgot. I'll have to check back with you on that. I'm going to check back with you on that. After we're all done. So, oops. Okay. So, the rosters for me and Rebecca, and I want you guys to be the judge of who will win. So, sorry, if you can still hear me, but just to, is that better, or does this still work? I don't know. But Patrick Mahomes, I have Patrick Mahomes. She has Kirk Cousins. I have Elliott and Cook. She has Cam Akers and Tyler Algier. I have Juju and Metcalf. She has Keenan Allen and Chris Godwin. For tight end, I have Hawkinson. She has Austin Hooper. For flex, as of right now, we both have questionable flexes with Miles Sanders and she has Kenneth Walker. I have Brett Maher, and she has Brandon McManus. And defenses, I have the Giants defense going a bit against the Colts, and she has the Patriots defense going up against Miami. For our bench players, because we might need to replace Sanders and or Walker. Flex, Mike Evans for me, Jamal Williams, Jeff Wilson, and Jahan Dotson. For Rebecca, Jared Goff, Tyler Boyd, Derrick Henry, she had, but not going to be playing. Marquise Brown, Parise Campbell, KJ Osborne. Yeah, and that's it. So, current projections are me, 110.7 to 101.34. I am projected to win by 9 points. So if the betting line, 9 points is in my favor to win said belt. Will I win or will I not? You guys can make the decision who has the better team, me or Rebecca. Again, Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, Elliott and Cook, Akers and Algier, Juju and Metcalf, Allen and Godwin, Hawkinson, Cooper, Sanders, Walker, Maher, McManus, Giants defense, Patriots defense. Third place matchup. The third place matchup, we will get into that. And then Evans, Williams, Wilson, Dotson for bench. Goff, Boyd, Marquise, and Campbell and Osborne. Because my other benches are Chargers defense and Rams defense. So, yeah. So, for the third place matchup, I will show you the third place matchup. The third place matchup is, because you all know Kirsten lost. So, she will be facing Brett Goody. Kirsten's supposed to win 127 to 1, projected to win 127 to 112. She has Fields, McCaffrey, Montgomery, Hill, Amara, David Njoku, DeAndre Swift, Badgley, that AK Lions kicker, Ravens defense, and Brett has Rodgers, McKinnon, Stevenson, McLaurin, Waddle, Kelsey, Watson, Sanders, Dolphins kicker, and Buccaneers defense. So, and these are the benches. No. Nah. That belt will be mine. I'm not letting the projections go to my head right now. Yes, Henry is out, and that will help me a lot. Tonight, help me in my matchup because Henry is much better than Algier, who she put in. But I won't lie. I mean, I'm a little scared. Team Rebecca. This would be perfect. I can get the belt. The belt will be here. If I win, the belt should be here in about a couple weeks, I'm guessing, depending on if Zach can get it to Ben in a timely manner. I know you're not watching Zach right now, but just send it as soon as possible, please. So, yeah. So this is gonna be a very, very fun weekend. So another fun fact with the teams we have laid out now, I'll find out who will win. We'll find out who will win the championship after the Vikings-Packers game. After the Vikings-Packers game's over, there'll be a declared fantasy football champion, me or Rebecca. And I honestly cannot wait. So I'll be watching the Vikings-Packers. I mean, first and foremost, Vikings. If I had to choose one, Vikings beat the Packers. As much as I want that belt, Vikings beating the Packers is always going to be number one. Real life over fantasy. Always have to choose real life over fantasy. That's just bottom line. So, It's just bottom line. And I'm just setting up for this coming Sunday. Get the scoreboard ready for Vikings and Packers. And we do have a programming note also, people. So the Vikings Packers preview. That's saved. The Vikings Packers preview. I know a lot of people won't be here for the Vikings Packers preview just because of when I'm gonna with the time now, with the day and time. But Vikings Packers preview will be on New Year's Eve at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that is the time that my guest and I have agreed upon as of right now. So it'll be a New Year's Eve special. I know a lot of people won't be. I mean, maybe not a lot of people will be here. It's just the time and date we agreed on. It will be, and if people who are wondering, it will be, if you remember, it will be me and just so we can get this out of the way, because I know people have speculations and all that. No, it's not going to be Tom. It's going to be mod Luke Birch doing the preview with me. I can't wait to do that with him. So New Year's Eve, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned for that. Hopefully you'll just be like half hour or so like we usually normally do. So yes, Luke. Wait, StreamYard takes a little bit. There we go. Luke, yes. Get Luke to 100 subscribers. He is only, is he still only one away? He is still only one subscriber away from 100. Is only one subscriber away from 100 subscribers. So, yeah, let's go, Luke. I'm going to root for Adam just because everyone's rooting against him and also because he didn't pick the Ravens. By the way, the Vikings play the Ravens again and comment isn't here. Comment. Of course. So, yeah. So, let's get, so if anybody wants to, and Luke will be doing his trivias again at the start of next year, as last he told me. So, if you want to subscribe to Luke and want to get into 100 subscribers, or if just one person subscribes to him, there's a link. If one person, if you are not subscribed, be that person to give him his 100th subscriber, because he's only one away. Or else I will promote it again during the preview. So sub to him. He just needs one more for 100 subscribers. So, yeah, really proud of him for what he's been doing. So just one more for 100 subscribers. So, yeah. So those were my playoff predictions. That is, and I just showed you what's going to be going on for the fantasy football side of things. So, in terms of what's happened in the Magrassi mod, oh yeah, you subbed. Oh, I got congratulate. Oh, Bob, you weren't subbed. I got to congratulate Luke now. There we go. Bob, thank you. Thank you, Bob. We got him to 100, everybody. We got him to 100. 100. So, whoop, whoop, whoop. Lucky number 100. You're Mr. Lucky number 100, Bob. Congrats. Congrats. So we got another a celebratory 100 subscribers for one Luke Birch. So, yeah. So, we're almost at an hour. Might as well just finish off the out. Might as well finish it off for the hour. We got 4 more minutes until just getting close to 4 minutes. Well, and about 4 minutes now to the 1 hour mark. So we'll finish off at the 1 hour mark. Any lasting any questions you have for me before I go? So I will take those right now. I'll give you guys some time. Hopefully I win. There's gonna be a lot of content coming. I do have the picture. I do have the picture with me. I have the picture. Just making sure I don't show anything. I mean, it's on the other side, but still, there's like a tracking thing. Yeah. Who's gonna win the Orange Bowl? Who was gonna win the Orange Bowl? I know why you're asking me, Foster. I think Tennessee. Tennessee will win the Orange Bowl. Interesting how the Orange Bowl is against 2 orange teams. I'll go for that. What was your favorite video you ever made? My favorite video I ever made, I will say, my favorite video I ever made. That's a tough one. Honestly, I do not know. I always love making the 12 Days of Vikings. That's one of my favorite types of videos. One of my favorites. Like the live reaction videos. They're in the moment. They're not like video videos. The reaction videos do get a lot of views. I promise me, they do get a lot of views. My favorite video. One of my favorite videos. I like to edit. I like a popular one that I actually did make, actually put it together a little bit, was My Bet with Tom Grassi. So, and putting together clips. I mean, a lot of my videos putting together clips. I mean, the prediction videos are fun. I like making them too. The predictions videos, of course, and I mean, there's a lot of fun videos I like to make. But the oh no, I know. Thank you for reminding me. The Vikings fan reaction, like to the season and what I said, and the Viking fan reaction to the going into the bye week, because I like the ending. 5-1, baby, bum 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 bum, winning ugly, bum 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 bum. We're wearing that ice, baby. I like that. Outside of Tom, who was your favorite GCU character? Wildflower. Easy. Wildflower. Wildflower is the only answer to give. Have you met any mods in real life? Yes, I have. I met 2 mods in real life. I have met Kirsten and I have met Rachel. Sorry, first screen result. Yes, those 2 mods I met in real life. Very great people, and I can't wait to meet the rest of them eventually soon. So, they're just as good on camera just as in real life. So, personality and all that. So, yeah. So, let me see. In the Minnesota-Syracuse game, it is 14-7 going into halftime. So I think at least Minnesota's winning 14-7. So hopefully Minnesota, they hold on to it. We do have one final question. Now that we just at the buzzer, current opinion on Southwest Airlines. Southwest right now is going through it's I feel bad. I really feel bad for Southwest right now. Like they are out of the more affordable airlines. They're usually one of the best airlines. But it's just when something goes wrong, like it's bad. It's bad. So I feel bad for what they're going through. They're still a good airline when they are functioning, but when they're functioning at their regular pace and all that, at their normal status. But yeah, it's a whirlwind for Southwest. In your opinion, they're more doors or wheels? Oh no, don't make me do this. Southwest has been canceling a lot of flights. Most of the has been canceling a lot of flights, like a lot of flights. They barely have any flights going out. There are more. I think there are more wheels. I think there are more wheels in the world. Like, what are we counting as doors? Like, what do we count as a door? Like regular standard door, I don't know. I think there are I want to say wheels. I want to say wheels. Yeah, that too. Who's your favorite Viking player all time? My favorite Vikings players of all time. I mean, it's tough to, I know, tough to justify what I'm about to say, but yes, as a player, very keyword, player, Adrian Peterson. Growing up, I love Randy and I love Randy Moss. I love Chris Carter, but I really didn't grow up with them. So, I love them. I love John Randall. I love Fran Tarkenton. Love them. I didn't grow up with them like I did Peterson or Harvin or Jefferson is really jumping up there now. Jefferson might be one of my favorite. He is now my favorite Viking player. For a while it was Thielen or Cook, but yeah, my favorite is Adrian. Still, Jefferson, I think he is making a good case for number 2 at least. But Jefferson, it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot for him to be number 1. But I definitely think he has the potential to be number 1. So, yeah. Who would win in the fight? Andre the Giant or a large grizzly bear? Andre the Giants, or I mean, might be Andre the Giant, to be honest. What mod do you talk to the most? East. Yeah. No. Well, I'm even thinking about it. That's too easy of a question. Yes, that is your answer. Ishii helping with the questions today. Hello. I would say more wheels. Yeah. Bear. The bear overly. Yeah. So thank you all for your questions. It was very, and thank you for joining in for this hour for my NFL playoff picture. And yeah, late, but I hope you lose. Completely blown. How do you like it? A complete. What? I am so confused right now. I'm so confused right now. I will not get blown up by Rebecca. I will not get blown up by Rebecca. Okay? Everyone, Adam, 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 or Satan, No, I'm not losing. Kirk Cousins, yes, I have Hawkinson and Cook, but I think Rebecca should put in Goff instead of Cousins. Goff is playing the Bears, Cousins playing the Packers. That's just my opinion. So, yeah. No Team Rebecca, Team Adam. So much content will be filmed with the belt. And I have the picture with me. I got it. I finally got it. I got the picture so that I won. So, a lot of content to come. Especially if I win that belt. Maybe we'll do a picture duo, for a video. I don't know. But I just need to focus on winning. Nothing is guaranteed. Yes, I'm projected to win by mine, but that means nothing. Kirsten was projected to beat me by like 15 or something. 15, 16. And I blew her out. So yeah. So we'll wait and see. 33-0. Yeah, Ishii. Just blame Kaylee that you're not going to get the number 2 seed. So blame Kaylee that you won't get the number 2 seed. So okay, everyone. Hi, this has been Adam Olson, Minnesota Vikings Man 28. I'll see you all live on New Year's Eve with one Luke Birch to talk about Vikings Packers. And as always, Skull, and I'll see you all on also known as Satan, yes. And as always, Skull, and I'll see you all on New Year's Eve. Goodbye.